Do you have anything in your pockets? Turn your pockets inside out for me. Okay.
What did I do?
Put your hands together like that.
A mom in the back of a police cruiser in cuffs after she calls 911.
You cannot go. You cannot go. The cops are coming.
But a teenage boy says that mom and her husband actually attacked him.
And what did she do to you?
She pointed a gun at me.
Welcome to Crime Fix. I'm Angenette Levy. You know, there's a woman and her husband. They are in some legal hot water in Florida. They're accused of holding a teenage boy at knife point and waving a gun at him after he dropped their 15-year-old daughter off at their home. Rosa Tiru and Lance Mulonas are in jail in Volusia County. It's not something either of them are used to. Rosa faces charges of aggravated assault and aggravated child abuse, and Lance faces the same charges along with criminal mischief and false imprisonment. This entire affair unfolded on Sunday, June 21st. Rosa Tiru Lamourt actually called 911. Take a listen.
911. What is the address
Hello?
of your emergency? Hello?
I have a long story short. I'm going to tell you. I had my daughter yesterday. She ran away, and then she got dropped off today, but I didn't know anything about her. And then the kid is here, and he's an older boy, and he was with another older boy.
Okay,
And my daughter is just 15. Deltona, Florida.
I'm just saying, like, I will come right back.
Okay, what's going on there?
You cannot go. You cannot go. The cops are coming.
How many people are there right now?
We have our neighbors and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 adults.
Tell him you was home.
And
Okay, well, what is going on? Who is yelling in the background?
well, and my husband is trying to take information from the guy that just dropped off our daughter. And she has been gone since yesterday. And I made a report yesterday about it. And we didn't know their whereabouts.
Okay, who is he yelling at?
The boy that dropped her off. Creo que está en la casa. Pero de Nicole.
Do you know who that boy is at all?
No, completely unknown for me. And then he's crying that he didn't have her. He said that another boy had her, another adult.
And you said your daughter was how old?
She's 15. And he's
16.
taking off, but I have the license plate.
Yeah, suppose your wife is going to come back. We're going to give him some.
The police is coming. And the boy that had my daughter, we don't know about him.
So this 911 call sounds pretty chaotic. You can hear a lot of people in the background, and Rosa saying that a boy who was with an older boy dropped off her daughter.
The police is coming. And the boy that had my daughter, we don't know about him.
He said he's got a license plate, but he forgot that. So we're coming back.
Did you have the license plate for that?
Yeah, they have the license plate of the boy that dropped off my daughter. Yes, I did.
Okay, what is it?
Okay, let me. Can you help me because I don't have very good.
What kind of vehicle is it?
What kind of vehicle?
It was a Toyota, I want to say Corolla.
Yes, I was a Toyota Corolla.
What color?
Black or gray, something.
Dark gray.
Black, whatever.
Which direction did it go?
He went heading towards Saxon.
Heading to Saxon.
Hi, man.
And where's your daughter at right now?
I'm my house.
He's with our neighbors.
Did she say anything about what was going on or who she was with?
No, we haven't got the chance. They just drop her off, and we block the vehicle. That way we can ask the questions. So we haven't asked anything yet.
Okay. And what's your
But I did make a report yesterday.
You made a report yesterday about this? Okay.
Yeah, I called when I went to pick her up on her activity, and she wasn't there.
That was my nephew, the big one. You see, my nephew don't say that. That was my nephew.
Okay. What's your name?
My name.
Okay. I have that call for service. We'll get somebody out there to get all that information from you and see what we can do, okay?
Thank you.
No problem. Bye-bye.
This is very, very messy. The teenage boy eventually got away, and the sheriff's office says he called his brother, who then told him to call his mom. Well, you know what his mom did.
2 adults assaulted my son. He's 15. He's a minor. And pulled a gun and a knife on him and damaged the vehicle.
And
this just happened, so the cops need to be there right now.
Okay, is he still there?
Who is there? My son?
Yes.
My son is behind me in a seat.
Okay, and where are you at?
I'm at the racetrack right here off of Normandy.
Just one moment for me. I already have the call up, but let me let them know everything, okay?
Okay. I've already called already, and this is my second call because they just want to put me through a ringer.
And the people that assaulted him, do you know those people?
We don't know those people.
Okay.
I do know that they are both adults.
Does he know what they were wearing at all?
Do you know what they were wearing? The guy that touched my son, the adult, he was wearing a black shirt and glasses.
Okay, does he know if
Which
it was
one
white,
was
black?
it? Sorry, what was that?
Was he white, black, Hispanic?
I don't know. You need to explain what this human looks like.
Hello?
Hi, was he white, black, Hispanic?
The one that assaulted me was like Spanish looking.
Okay. And what about the other person? What did he look like?
He was like a white. He was like a white guy. He was wearing a black shirt and he had glasses, and he has like gray hair, but it's super short.
And what was your name?
And then tell me about the lady.
And then the lady, she was, I don't know. I don't remember. I didn't look at her.
But you could point her out if you seen her.
Yeah, I could point her out.
And what did she do to you?
She pointed a gun at me.
And he's a minor. He's 15.
Okay.
And what did the guy do?
Which guy?
You said something about a knife.
The stepdad, he pulled a knife on me, and then he dented my car.
And he did what to you physically?
He didn't do nothing physically.
Right?
No, that was the neighbor.
That's what she's asking.
Yeah. Yeah. There's like a Spanish guy.
Okay, so
Like, kicked me.
your mom said, and just one more question, does he know what kind of gun it was? Was it a pistol or?
What kind of?
It was a handgun, right? It was a short, like small handgun. It was a handgun. He's too nervous right now and scared. He's a 15-year-old boy.
Okay, I understand. I already have to call up for service and law enforcement on the way. We're just letting them know everything that happened. I have people going to the North Normandy addresses, and they're also going to come meet you at the racetrack, so I want you to stay there until they get there, okay?
Okay. Is there going to be multiple officers for both addresses?
I don't know if they're sending multiple to you, but I know there's going to be multiple going to the Normandy addresses.
Okay. As long as they hit up both of those houses ASAP.
Yeah, I let them know that both of those houses were involved, and we have quite a few officers headed that way, okay?
Thank you. So we just wait here until they show up?
Yep, just wait there until they get there.
I don't know about you, but I listened to this, and I think this entire thing just sounds totally crazy. The teenage boy told deputies that he had picked up Lance and Rosa's daughter from her house the day before, and they went to the beach, and then they went to a party. An incident report states the teen said he drove the daughter home, and that's when this whole thing unfolded. The report states, when Lance exited the van, he had a black metal pipe similar to a baton in his hand. Once the teen rolled down his window, Lance began to hit the roof of his car above the driver's side window. Lance also had a curved black knife in the other hand. Lance took the knife and held the knife near his neck. The incident report continues. While Lance was yelling at the teen, Rosa was at the front of the car yelling and waving a small black handgun. The teen described the handgun as an orange and blue design on the handgun. The teen advised that he then exited, then unlocked his door, and his brother opened the door. The teen exited the vehicle and stated he was going to call his friend. Once out of the vehicle, the teen was kicked in the upper thigh by a male neighbor. The teen stated the girl's stepfather then moved his van and he was able to leave. The teen contacted his brother, who told him to call his mother. The teen advised that during the incident, he was in fear for his life when Rosa was waving the gun at him and while Lance held the knife to his neck. Deputies spoke to Rosa and Lance about the incident, and they denied anything physical occurring. Rosa advised she did have a firearm and showed it to deputies. The firearm owned by Rosa was similar to the one the teen victim described. Rosa's firearm was small with a pink and white and black design on it. Now, sheriff's deputies made the decision to take Rosa into custody.
I'm going to go grab your son so that
Yeah, we have a summer camp
Yeah.
normally.
Yeah, that's what.
35 families.
We're going to go to the back of the truck, just take a seat. Do me a favor, ma'am. Do you have anything in your pockets? Turn your pockets inside out for me. Okay.
What did I do?
Put your hands together like that. Like I said, we're gonna explain that with the other part of the investigation. Right now, I just need you to put your hands together. Okay. I'm gonna keep them in the front. Okay. I'm not gonna put them in the back. Lift them up for me. Give me a few minutes. I'm gonna come back for you. Okay. Look, I just gotta take these.
Oh no, I
I'm
can't.
gonna put them right here, right next to you. Don't worry. They're gonna go with you.
Rosa seemed confused, literally perplexed about why she was being taken into custody. Then deputies turned their attention to Lance.
So for right now, go and take a seat. Oh, hold on. Let me grab that cooler.
It's just one little seat.
Yeah, I know.
Wow, that's good thing I'm not a bigger guy.
Yeah.
Okay, so this little seat here.
Just for now.
Okay, sir.
I need to just see your wrist. Hands up. Is this a wallet in your pocket?
This is my wallet.
Okay. Is that the only thing in your pocket?
I have money in the other pocket, but I want to take it with me in case.
That's fine.
Has to be
I'll put it all in the front of my truck. Do you have the money?
Yeah, this is it's just some $5s, $50.
That's fine. So, just so you see, we're going to put it directly in your wallet with the rest.
Thank you.
As I'm just setting it here for now.
Yes, sir.
And then it's going to go right on my dash.
Okay, now I trust you.
Thumbs up in front of you.
You need to take this off.
Nope, that's fine.
Thank you, officer.
Yeah.
I know you guys are siding for us, but we don't know what's going on in the
I don't
other
know.
side.
Let me just double check so I can lock them so that way they don't tighten up on you.
Yes, sir.
And then just hang tight. What's your son and what's brother's name?
Khalil and
Khalil.
Khalil Vincent's the boy. I don't know.
I'll just go. I'll just
yeah,
go.
okay. I'm gonna ask those. They can open the karate school if the dad will take them.
Yeah, just hang tight.
Lance Mulonas and Rosa Tiru Lamourt are being held without bail. Okay, so to discuss this crazy case, I want to bring in Kesia Early. She is a criminal defense attorney in Florida, also a congressional candidate. She's a busy woman. Kesia, thanks for making time for us. I really appreciate it. Your thoughts just upon reading the documents and looking over this case?
Yeah, this case is a prime example of not taking the law into your own hands. When you look at the facts of this case, according to the police report, two parents discovered that their daughter at the time was not home. Apparently, the daughter went to a party, hung out, and made it home about 2:45 in the morning. And she was dropped off by who the parents assume was either an adult male or could have been hanging out with an adult male. And instead of just inquiring or calling authorities, they chose to take the law in their own hands. And it's just spirals out of control, and it gets crazier and crazier.
Yeah, this brings me back to my teenage years. You think back to maybe you stay out later than you're supposed to, you don't come home when you're supposed to. We don't know much about the background between the daughter and the parents. Does she have a history of doing this? But that doesn't matter. Teenage kids sometimes break curfew, don't answer the phone, don't come home when they're supposed to. And according to what's in this police report, and according to the own words of mom is on 911 call saying, yeah, we've locked him in. I mean, this sounds like crazy. And they're claiming, oh, we didn't do anything. Like, we don't know what you're talking about. But the kid is describing mom waving this gun around, and then stepdad, Lance, holding a knife to his throat. I'm like, is this crazy? This sounds like totally like gangster mafioso stuff, based on what this teenage boy is relaying to his mother.
Absolutely.
And I'm just kind of thinking to myself, this is like an overreaction on steroids if this is indeed what happened.
Of course. Okay, so you have mom Rosa and you have father Lance. When they discover that their daughter is dropped off, dad was actually probably waiting on the sidelines, because as soon as the vehicle pulls up into the driveway, the daughter gets out. Dad then blocks the Toyota Corolla in with his van. He then proceeds to get out of his van and approaches the driver, who they suspect is hiding the actual adult that the daughter was hanging out with. And they don't just stop right there. Dad pulls out a knife and holds the knife to the neck of who is later discovered to be a 15-year-old boy, in addition to taking a metal pipe and hitting the top of the vehicle, while mom, Rosa, is standing in front of the vehicle waving a gun, who the 15-year-old later described to have colors on the side of the gun, which later matched the description of the actual gun that Rosa owned. This is absolutely crazy. And if they were comfortable enough to do this to a complete stranger, I wonder what's going on with their daughter. They could have simply, called the authorities, have them to investigate, or inquire, hey, how old are you? Who was my daughter hanging out with? But here's where it gets crazier. Mom calls the cops on herself. And when the cops arrive,
Right.
they claim they didn't know what was going on, right? But then a few hour later, the parents of the 15-year-old boy also calls the cops. The cops then arrive at the home, and everything that the 15-year-old tells them is corroborated with the evidence. The dent on the top of the vehicle, he describes the gun. So this case is a clear example of ensuring that you call authorities before you act and not afterwards.
That's what the whole thing is just so nonsensical, because she did call and she told on herself.
She did.
And that's what I don't get. And I'm just kind of like thinking to myself, you call the police, you tell them you block them in, you think there's like something insane going on, I guess. I mean, it just seems to be a lack of self-control, a lack of common sense. And I'm thinking to myself, I don't know how you defend this if you're a criminal defense attorney, because it doesn't seem like, it seems like all of the evidence from what we're seeing and hearing on the 911 calls, it seems like the evidence is on the side of them doing something wrong. I mean, we have dents in the top of the vehicle, which was a newer vehicle, that corroborate this teenage boy's statement.
Yes.
The teenage boy calls his brother immediately. Brother says, call mom. Mom gets on the horn immediately. Mom's like, what is going on? Can you imagine you're a mom and you get a call from your son, and your son is like telling you what happened after you drop a girl off after, hanging out at your house or whatever. And so I don't know. I mean, like, I don't know how you, as a criminal defense attorney, unless you just say like, look, they overreacted. There was an overreaction here. I don't know what you do with this, Casey.
There's a lot that you can do with it. And let's just start off first with the pretrial detention, because after the first appearance, the prosecutors have the opportunity to make an argument to the court that there's sufficient probable cause that they're a danger to the community, and this was a dangerous crime. The court in this case determined that they are a danger to the community, and both mom and dad are being held no bond, right? But they do get a second bite at the apple because the assigned defense attorney, whether they have a public defender or a private attorney, can then file a motion to have bond or some form of pretrial release, whether it's with a GPS monitor. But then afterwards, you can look at the case because there's different burdens, right? You have probable cause. That's more likely than not that something happened. The police report is not evidence. Because the police was not present, they cannot use that in evidence during trial. But if this case does go to trial, it's a high burden beyond and to the exclusion of every reasonable doubt. And sometimes there is a defense, no matter how overwhelming the evidence is. But statistically, most cases do not go to trial. I'm a litigator. I've tried over 100 cases to verdict. But majority of the cases, whether it's with a public defender or private attorney, they tend to plea out. And that is the time when you submit mitigation to convince the prosecutor, look, for mom, for example, she had no prior criminal history. So maybe this was, out of character for her, give her a diversion program or place her on probation. But these are some serious charges. So for mom, she has aggravated battery with a deadly weapon. Dad, on the other hand, also has aggravated battery with a deadly weapon, but he also has the false imprisonment / kidnapping charge because he blocked the vehicle in and the vehicle had no way to escape. People think, oh, kidnapping is I take the body. No, you're preventing the person from leaving. No reasonable means of escape. If he came in there with a vehicle, he should have been able to leave with his vehicle. So these are serious charges. And I do suspect, because the evidence is overwhelming and because mom does not have a criminal past, this case can possibly resolve with a plea. But it's unfortunate because now you have a criminal record because you were not rational at the point and you allowed your emotions to take over. And this is what happens.
Oh, I think it'll most certainly resolve with a plea. I mean, I don't think this thing goes
At
to
all.
trial, but I feel like there are a lot of bad facts here. And, we still don't know if there's like video of this happening from possibly their home security system or a neighbor's home security system. There are a lot of things we still don't know. It's very early in this investigation. And this is not the crime of the century. I mean, but this is something that had to have been very terrifying for this teenage boy who dropped off the daughter. And I'm sure the daughter, it was scary for her. And she's also potentially a witness to this. And, we do have this background where mom calls and she said, well, we called yesterday and said that she wasn't home. So maybe they're worried sick and they're like, where's my daughter? But she was brought home. Somebody brought her home. It didn't sound like she was being like held against her will or anything.
Yeah.
So that's like the really weird part.
Of
They
course.
thought she was with maybe an adult, they said, but she was brought home by a teenage boy.
Yeah, and there's no allegations that she was harmed in any way, defense of others. I mean, had the facts been a little different, if she was brought home and she was inebriated or she had bruising all over her body, this could have been a case of defense of others. But this is not the case. She was brought home safe. And again, we've all been teenagers. I missed curfew more than once, snuck out of the house more than once. So, this is a rite of passage for most teenagers, and it should not
Right.
end in such high level of abuse, conversations, punishment, revoking, the ability to go out. But to go to this extreme, you're setting a bad example as a parent. So, of course, the prosecutors also have to send a message with any resolution of the case so that this can deter parents if they decide to go this route, not to do it because there are criminal consequences associated with it.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not going to confess to anything right here, but I may have sneaked out of the house a couple of times. I may have broken curfew. May have happened. That may have happened. So, I mean, this is just like kind of what happens. This is what kids do. We'll see what happens with this. It's just really unfortunate, because these people, Lance and Rosa. I don't think they're probably not bad people, but and I see photos of Lance and Rosa. It looks like they're into martial arts and stuff like that. But yikes, this is not a good situation. Kesia, thank you so much. I really appreciate your time.
Thanks for having me.
The mother of the teenage boy told deputies the damage to the car is estimated to be about $4,000. Lance and Rosa are still in the Volusia County Jail where they're being held without bail, as I mentioned, but that could change, so stay tuned. And that's it for this episode of Crime Fix. I'm Angenette Levy. Thanks so much for being with me. I'll see you back here next time.